growing interdependence of world economies, culture, population brought about cross-border trade in goods and services, technology, and flow of investment, people, and information. Globalization describe the growing interdependence of world economies, cultures, population brought about by cross-border trade in goods and services, technology, flow of investment, people, and information. Globalization has transformed India's industrial landscape since early 90s, leading to significant economic growth and modernization across various sectors. It has it has both advantage and disadvantage on industrial development of the country as mentioned below. Advantage of globalization on industrial development in India. पहला है accessibility to global market. It help in promoting its accessibility to global market by allow local companies to expand their reach, increase expand local company expand their reach, increase export and tap into larger consumer base. As per इकोनॉमिक सर्वे 2022-23 इंडियाज एक्सपोर्ट कितना है? इंडियाज एक्सपोर्ट हैव ग्रोन फ्रॉम 22.91 बिलियन से लेके 777 मतलब 777.14 बिलियन इन 2023. ठीक है. 1991 में जो हमारा $22 बिलियन था वो इस समय 777.14 बिलियन डॉलर हो गया है. इंक्रीज फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट. देखो, अवर न्यू FDI पॉलिसी हैज़ significantly improved the flow of foreign investment in various sectors in the country. According to the survey, the UN Convention Trade and Development UNCTAD in its World Investment Report 2024 ranked India 5th in terms of FDI inflow, top 20 host economies for year 2023. ठीक है. एडवांसमेंट इन टेक्नोलॉजी. This exposure has enabled local firms to improve productivity and efficiency, adopt modern manufacturing advancement in technology. समझ रहे हो? देखो, this exposure has enabled a local firm to improve productivity and efficiency, adopt modern manufacturing techniques, and ensure product quality. For example, improvement in growth of IT sector due to exposure to newer technology, skill upgradation and modernization of tech industry. The globalization help in upgradation of skill development in country, which further helped the workforce to meet international standards. Job creation. It help in creating job in different sector in the country. For example, the establishment of special economic zone and expansion of industries have led to significant job creation. As it is mentioned above, globalization has various advantage on growth and development of the industries in the country, but there are some disadvantages associated with it which can be mentioned below. देखो, disadvantages of globalization. सबसे पहला है competition of local industry, particularly small scale industries with MNC, leads to decline in market share of indigenous companies and cultural homogenization of product. ठीक है. Job displacement due to introduction of advanced technology, particularly in textile and other primary sectors. Over dependence on FDI lead to derailment of the project. For example, during COVID-19 pandemic, FDI fall down significantly. Environmental degradation due to over exploitation of resources. Crime against women and workplace has increased as per National Crime Record Bureau. The government of India has been proactively implementing various skill development program along with state governments like Pradhan Mantri Kausal Vikas Yojana, Indian International Skill Centers, Udan, School Initiative of and Higher Education, etc., to enhance our workforce to cope up with growing demand of skilled labor. Conclusion. Globalization has propelled India's industrial development forward through technological advancement and accessibility to global market. Our country must proactively engage to take full advantage of situation with sustainability, inclusivity, equity, etc. in their growth and development model. Describe the target of energy generation through renewable energy sources in accordance with National एनर्जी पॉलिसी 2030-17 ड्राफ्टेड बाई नीति आयोग। अब बताओ टारगेट क्या है, एनर्जी जनरेशन होना है जो रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी का। देख लो, नेशनल एनर्जी पॉलिसी 2017 ड्राफ्टेड बाई नीति आयोग आउटलाइन एम्बिशियस टारगेट for energy generation through renewable sources as part of India's broader strategy to enhance energy security, sustainability and economic growth and development. देखो, नीति आयोग has released National Energy Policy 2017 to achieve 4 objective in energy sector. For example, सबसे पहला है greater sustainability, access to affordable price, greater sustainability, access to affordable price, economic growth, improvement in security and independence. की टारगेट्स ऑफ नेशनल एनर्जी पॉलिसी 2017। सबसे पहला है इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन, इलेक्ट्रीफाई ऑल विलेजेस बाई 2018 एंड अचीव यूनिवर्सल इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन विद 24/7 बाई 2022। रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी, अचीव रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी कैपेसिटी ऑफ 175 गीगावाट बाई 2022। नॉन फॉसल फ्यूल कैपेसिटी, achieve a non-fossil fuel capacity in electricity mix of over 40% by 2023. Emission intensity, reduce emission intensity by 33 to 35% by 2030 compared to 2005. Oil import, reduce oil import by 10% from 2014-15 level by 2022. Manufacturing, increase share of manufacturing in GDP by to 25% by 2022। तो समझ रहे, इलेक्ट्रिफिकेशन करना था, रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी जनरेशन करना था, नॉन फॉसल फ्यूल कैपेसिटी को हमें बढ़ाना था, एमिशन इंटेंसिटी को 30 to 35% रिड्यूस करना था, ऑयल इंपोर्ट को बढ़ाना था, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग को बढ़ाना था। करंट पोजीशन ऑफ इंडियाज़ कमिटमेंट टू टारगेट हैज़ बीन अचीव्ड वेल अहेड ऑफ टाइम। The culmination electricity power installed capacity from non-fossil fuel energy and waste energy resource is 186.46 megawatt, which is 43.81 of total cumulative electric power installed capacity. As per third National Communication Summit by India to UNFCCC in December 2023, the emission intensity of its GDP has reduced by 33% between 2005 and 2019। अच्छा, नेशनल कम्युनिकेशन जो हुई है, हमने कह रहे हैं कि एमिशन इंटेंसिटी जो हमारी है ऑफ इट्स GDP हैज़ बीन रिड्यूस्ड बाई 33% बिटवीन 2005 एंड 2019। Government of India has committed itself to meet their desired target in India, and for this it has formulated many schemes and programs like International Solar Alliance, One Sun, One World, One Grid for empowering sustainability, promoting electrical vehicle in the country. Conclusion. This policy has come up at the right time to deal with sustainable and judicious uses of exhaustive fuels. Our collaboration coordination with international organization will definitely help in achieving our sustainable development goal proposed by United Nations. Throw the light on pursuit of sustainable development goal in India. अच्छा, देखो, यूनाइटेड नेशन जनरल असेंबली इन 2015 अडॉप्टेड सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल SDG विच हैज़ 17 गोल्स हैं और 169 टारगेट्स फॉर टाइम पीरियड ऑफ 15 ईयर्स। कब से कब तक? 2015 से 2030 तक। Notably, 193 countries, including India, committed to attain these goals for better growth and development. It aimed at addressing global challenges such as poverty, inequality, climate change, environment degradation, and peace and justice. India plays a significant role in achieving these goals, given its large population and diverse socio-economic landscape. देखो सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट, नो पॉवर्टी, जीरो हंगर, गुड हेल्थ एंड वेल बीइंग, क्वालिटी एजुकेशन, जेंडर इक्वालिटी, क्लीन वाटर एंड सैनिटेशन, अफोर्डेबल एंड क्लीन एनर्जी, ठीक है, डिसेंट वर्क एंड इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ होना चाहिए, इंडस्ट्री इनोवेशन एंड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर चाहिए, रिड्यूस्ड इनइक्वालिटीज़, ठीक है, रिड्यूस्ड इनइक्वालिटीज़ होनी चाहिए, सस्टेनेबल सिटीज़ एंड कम्युनिटीज़ होनी चाहिए, रिस्पॉन्सिबल कंजम्पशन एंड प्रोडक्शन होना चाहिए, सस्टेनेबल सिटीज़ एंड कम्युनिटीज़ होनी चाहिए, रिस्पॉन्सिबल कंजम्पशन एंड प्रोडक्शन होना चाहिए, क्लाइमेट एक्शन होना चाहिए, लाइफ बिलो वाटर, लाइफ ऑन लैंड, पीस जस्टिस एंड स्ट्रॉन्ग इंस्टीट्यूशन होना चाहिए, एंड पार्टनरशिप होनी चाहिए, ठीक है। India's pursuit of SDG. India plays an important role in achieving SDG for sustainable, equitable and collaborative growth of country around the world. सबसे पहला देखते हैं institutional framework. नीति आयोग serve as a nodal agency for implementation of SDG in India. It coordinates with various ministries, state governments and stakeholders to ensure that the goals are integrated into national policies. मतलब these goal are integrated into national policies and programs. सबसे पहले फिर दूसरा है participatory approach. It emphasized to ensure that local government and communities are actively involved in achieving these goals. नीति आयोग encourage state and union territory to adopt different strategy that reflect their unique challenge and opportunities. This promote competitive federalism among the state. Timely monitoring our goal. India has established a robust monitoring framework through the National Indicator Framework developed by Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. MOSPI National Indicator Framework फ्रेमवर्क को डेवलप किया है. दिस फ्रेमवर्क अलाइन विद SDG enabling systematic tracking of program across various sector, focus on inclusivity and equity. Principle of leave no one behind is central to India's approach to achieving SDG. It helps to ensure that marginalized and vulnerable population are included in development initiatives. Program targeting poverty alleviation, gender equality, healthcare, education are designed with inclusivity in mind. Leave no one behind. ठीक है. अब आते हैं प्रोग्रेस असेसमेंट. एस ऑफ 2023-24 इंडियाज ओवरऑल score on SDG India index improved to 71, reflecting significant progress as compared to previous year 66 और 57 था, अब 71 हो गए. This improvement indicates enhanced effort across various sectors including health, education and clean energy. So to achieve this, the government of India has implemented many schemes जैसे अमृत हृदय, मनरेगा, NFSA और स्मार्ट सिटी ETC with the collaboration of all state in the country. Conclusion. India is playing a significant role in achieving its target in the given time frame. The world must come together to deal with issues like finance, nationally determined contribution, etc. It requires a collaborative and coordinated approach so that we achieve our target and make this world livable again for all. What is प्रधानमंत्री किसान संपदा योजना? संपदा मेंशन इट्स ऑब्जेक्टिव एंड प्रोविजन. अच्छा, किसान संपदा योजना, कुछ क्रिएट करेंगे. ठीक है. दिस इज ए comprehensive package of component scheme which is aimed to create modern infrastructure with sufficient supply chain management from farm gate to retail outlet. It provide a boost to the growth of food processing sector in the country, help in providing better price to, देखो क्या करना चाह रहा है ये सपोर्ट करना चाह रहे हैं. इट प्रोवाइड ए बूस्ट टू ग्रोथ ऑफ फूड प्रोसेसिंग सेक्टर इन द कंट्री, हेल्प इन प्रोवाइडिंग बेटर प्राइजेस टू द फार्मर, क्रिएट अवेयरनेस, क्रिएट एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी स्पेशली इन रूरल एरिया. ठीक है. ऑब्जेक्टिव देखो, प्रधानमंत्री कृषि संपदा योजना. देखो, वाटर फॉर एवरी फील्ड, इन्हांस वाटर यूज एफिशिएंसी, प्रमोटिंग माइक्रो इरीगेशन, तीनों एक ही से हैं. वाटर सेट डेवलपमेंट, इम्प्रूव ग्राउंड वाटर रिचार्ज, प्रमोटिंग सस्टेनेबल एग्रीकल्चर और अट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं प्राइवेट इन्वेस्टमेंट. प्रोविजन ऑफ संपदा कंपोनेंट क्या है? प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना. अच्छा. एक्सेलरेटेड इरिगेशन बेनिफिट स्कीम, प्रधानमंत्री कृषि सिंचाई योजना एक्सेलरेटेड एग्रीकल्चर बेनिफिट स्कीम. इट फोकस ऑन कंप्लीटिंग ऑनगोइंग मेजर एंड माइनर इरिगेशन प्रोजेक्ट्स. हर घर खेत को पानी, हर घर खेत को पानी. एम्स टू क्रिएट न्यू वाटर रिसोर्स थ्रू माइक्रो इरिगेशन प्रोजेक्ट एंड रिपेयर एग्जिस्टिंग वाटर बॉडीज़. ठीक है. पर ड्रॉप मोर क्रॉप, एक्सेलरेटेड एग्रीकल्चर बेनिफिट प्रोग्राम भी है. ठीक है. हर खेत को पानी, समझ गए. पर ड्रॉप मोर क्रॉप, प्रमोट माइक्रो इरीगेशन सिस्टम टू इम्प्रूव वाटर यूज एफिशिएंसी. वाटर सेट डेवलपमेंट कंपोनेंट, इम्प्लीमेंट वाटर सेट मैनेजमेंट प्रैक्टिसेस फॉर सस्टेनेबल एग्रीकल्चर. फिर डिसेंट्रलाइज प्लानिंग. द स्कीम एम्फेसाइज ऑन डिसेंट्रलाइज प्लानिंग अप्रोच, अलाउइंग स्टेट टू डेवलप डिस्ट्रिक्ट इरीगेशन प्लान डिप टेलर टू लोकल कम्युनिटीज. Interministerial coordination and interministerial national steering committee oversees the implementation, while national executive committee coordinates resource and monitoring effort. National executive committee coordinates resource and monitor effort. ठीक है. तो इंटरमिनिस्ट्रियल कोऑर्डिनेशन, फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंट. The scheme provide financial assistance based on utilization by state government with an overall outlay of 50,000 crore in 5 years for various irrigation project. Geotagging of structure. All structure created under Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana will be geotagged to ensure transparency and accountability in project implementation. Capacity building initiatives. The program included training for farmer on efficient water management practice and crop alignment through demonstration, exposure, budget and awareness campaign. Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sampada Yojana is a scheme implemented by Ministry of Food Processing Industry (MOSPI), Ministry of Food Processing Industry to develop the food processing sector. The scheme aims to create modern infrastructure, improve supply chain management and increase processing level of food. ठीक है. What is meant by technology mission in agriculture? Discuss its objective. The technology mission in agriculture refer to a series of deliberate initiative which will help in enhancing agriculture productivity and sustainability through the application of modern technology. It is also characterized by measurable outcome and service level with the help of technological advancement in particularly assigned sector. टेक्नोलॉजिकल मिशन इन एग्रीकल्चर हैज़ फॉलोइंग आस्पेक्ट. सबसे पहले देखो, नेशनल लाइव स्टॉक मिशन. ठीक है. नेशनल मिशन फॉर सस्टेनेबल एग्रीकल्चर, द मिशन फॉर इंटीग्रेटेड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ हॉर्टिकल्चर. ठीक है. टेक्नोलॉजी में सभी आ रहा है. देखो, नेशनल लाइव स्टॉक मिशन, नेशनल मिशन फॉर सस्टेनेबल एग्रीकल्चर, मिशन फॉर इंटीग्रेटेड डेवलपमेंट ऑफ हॉर्टिकल्चर, मिशन ऑर्गेनिक वैल्यू चेन डेवलपमेंट इन फॉर नॉर्थ ईस्ट रीजन, नेशनल मिशन ऑन ऑयल सीड एंड पाम ऑयल, टेक्नोलॉजी मिशन ऑन कोकोनट, टेक्नोलॉजी मिशन ऑन ऑयल सीड एंड पल्सेस, टेक्नोलॉजी मिशन ऑन कॉटन, टेक्नोलॉजी मिशन ऑन ऑयल सीड एंड पल्सेस, नेशनल मिशन ऑन ऑयल सीड एंड पाम ऑयल, टेक्नोलॉजी मिशन ऑन कोकोनट. ठीक है. ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी मिशन इन एग्रीकल्चर, देखो अचीव करना है हमें सेल्फ सफिशेंसी। दिस मिशन विल श्योरली हेल्प इन अचीविंग सेल्फ सफिशेंसी in farm produce. For example, implementation of technology mission has helped in increasing productivity of the cost crop. इम्प्रूव करना है हमें फार्मर की प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी। द एनहांसमेंट इन टेक्नोलॉजी हैज़ हेल्प इन इंक्रीजिंग द इनकम ऑफ फार्मर इन द कंट्री। प्रमोट करना है हमें एनवायरमेंट सस्टेनेबिलिटी। द इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी मिशन will surely help in promoting sustainable, equitable and inclusive development of Indian agriculture. फिर उसके बाद देखो emphasized entrepreneurship and capacity building. The increase in technology involvement has promoted entrepreneurship and capacity building in agriculture sector as our government is promoting private partnership in this field. फिर है global markets. These mission helped the sector to global market as many of the Indian horticulture products are being exported to foreign countries. According to Economic Survey 2023, India exported over 3 million metric ton of fresh vegetables, which was the leading horticulture product exported by world value. Improvement in infrastructure development. This will help in enhancement of infrastructure in agriculture sector like advanced warehouse, proper irrigation technology, etc. The government of India has implemented many schemes like Pradhan Mantri कृषि सिंचाई कृषि संपदा योजना, soil health card, कृषि चौपाल and केंद्राज, micro irrigation project, etc. along with technology mission to promote growth and development in agriculture sector. ठीक है, conclusion. The technology mission represent a strategic effort by Indian government to modernize agriculture through technology adoption throughout. देखो टेक्नोलॉजी देखो the technology mission represents a strategic effort by Indian government to modernize agriculture through technological adoption, ultimately aiming for increasing productivity, sustainability and food security in the country, which will surely help our country to attain different goal mentioned in sustainable development goal. ठीक है. What is cyber security? Cyber security science, mention its importance. ठीक है. Cyber security science is a multidisciplinary field. साइबर सिक्योरिटी साइंस तो हमने देखा था. देखो द फ्यूचर ऑफ वॉरफेयर इज़ नॉट जस्ट टैंक एंड मिसाइल्स, रादर इट इज़ अ साइबर वॉरफेयर. ठीक है, इस तरह से लिखना होता है. देखो साइबर सिक्योरिटी साइंस इज़ ए मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी फील्ड दैट फोकस ऑन प्रोटेक्टिंग कंप्यूटर सिस्टम नेटवर्क data from cyber threat and attack. It encompasses a range of practices, technology and strategy aimed at safeguarding digital information and aimed at safeguarding digital information and ensuring the integrity, confidentiality and availability of data. देखो अभी आते हैं इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ साइबर सिक्योरिटी सर्विस एज मेंशन बोलो. देखो सबसे पहले है साइबर थ्रेट. साइबर सिक्योरिटी सर्विस इज क्रूशियल फॉर डिफेंडिंग अगेंस्ट वेरियस टाइप ऑफ साइबर थ्रेट इंक्लूडिंग मालवेयर, रैंसमवेयर, फिशिंग अटैक, डिनाइल ऑफ सर्विस अटैक, etc. फॉर एग्जांपल इन मार्च 2020 अ मालवेयर अटैक ऑन सिटी यूनियन बैंक स्विफ्ट सिस्टम लीड टू अनऑथराइज्ड ट्रांजेक्शन वर्थ $2 million. ठीक है. सेफगार्डिंग इंफॉर्मेशन. द सिटी यूनियन बैंक के स्विफ्ट सिस्टम पे इनका अटैक हुआ और ये गायब कर दिया इनने. कितना? $2 billion. सेफगार्डिंग इंफॉर्मेशन. द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैंडल वास्ट अमाउंट ऑफ सेंसिटिव डेटा इंक्लूडिंग पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन, financial record, intellectual property. Cyber security measure help protect this information from unauthorized access and breach. For instance, the implementation of encryption technology ensure that even if data is encrypted, it remain unreadable without proper decrypted key. ठीक है. Promoting business continuity. The cyber attack can disrupt service and cause downtime, leading to lost revenue and damage to the reputation. For example, robust cyber security will solely help in promoting business and entrepreneurship in the country. Regulatory compliances. Many industries are subject to regulation that mandate specific cyber security practices to protect consumer data. Compliance with these regulations not only help avoid legal penalties but also build trust with customers. For example, general data protection regulation in European Union require organization to implement stringent data protection measures, enhancing trust and reputation. The organization that prioritize cybersecurity can enhance their reputation and build trust with the customer and stakeholder. A strong security posture demonstrate a commitment to protecting user data and privacy, which further help in enhancing our trust and reputation. Promoting innovation and growth. As businesses increasingly rely on digital technology for growth and innovation, robust cybersecurity framework enable them to explore new opportunity without compromising security. For example, cloud computing offers scalability but require strong security protocol to protect sensitive data stored in cloud. Along with the importance, it has some challenges, जैसे data breach and privacy concern. At times, we come across with the issue of data breach and privacy concern in the country. Cyber espionage, use of cyber attack to spy on or sabotage the interest of other country or entities. For example, issue of Pegasus software. Advanced persistence threat. It is carried out by Bell Resort and skilled group. For example, Red Eco Chinese Link APT. Red Eco Chinese Link APT had targeted many entities in India's power sector. Supply chain vulnerability. Due to its vulnerable situation, the attacker can exploit it in a wrong way. For example, attack on Solar Wind, a US-based software company. The government of India has implemented acts and regulation to deal with these situations and promote our security both at individual and international level. अब आते हैं वे फॉरवर्ड. नेशनल साइबर सिक्योरिटी पॉलिसी होनी चाहिए. दिस पॉलिसी एम टू बिल्ड ए सिक्योर एंड रेजिलियंट साइबर स्पेस फॉर सिटीजन्स एंड बिजनेसेस एंड द गवर्नमेंट. Cyber Surakshit Bharat Initiative. This initiative was launched to raise awareness about cyber security and create safety measures among the individual. I4C, Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center. Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center. This center was established to provide a framework and ecosystem for law enforcement agency to deal with cyber crime in a comprehensive and coordinated manner. I4C, इंडियन साइबर क्राइम कोऑर्डिनेशन सेंटर. ठीक है. साइबर सुरक्षित केंद्र. इट इज़ क्रिएटेड टू सिक्योर साइबर स्पेस बाई detecting botnet infection in India and notifying, enabling cleaning and securing system of end user to prevent further infection. Computer Emergency Response Team India. It is an organization of mighty which collect, analyze and disseminate information on cyber incident and also issue alert on cyber security incidents. Development of critical information infrastructure. It is defined as computer resource, the destruction of which shall be deliberately impact on national security, economy, public health or safety. For example, the government has established National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection. National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center to protect the critical information center of various sectors such as power, banking, telecom, etc. Defense Cyber Agency is a tri-service command of Indian Armed Forces that is responsible for handling cyber security threat. अब आते हैं डिस्कस द फील्ड्स इन विच एप्लीकेशन ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इज़ बीइंग डन। ठीक है, तो बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इज़ द यूज़ ऑफ एन ऑर्गेनिज्म और ए कंपोनेंट ऑफ ऑर्गेनिज्म और अदर बायोलॉजिकल सिस्टम टू मेक ए प्रोडक्ट और प्रोसेस फॉर ए स्पेसिफिक पर्पस. It is the field that exploits living organisms to make technology advancement in various fields for sustainable development of mankind. Many applications of biotechnology in various fields are as mentioned. देखो, सबसे पहले देखते हैं एग्रीकल्चर में ग्रीन बायोटेक्नोलॉजी. In agriculture, biotechnology enhance crop yield, resilience, nutritional value through genetic engineering and other techniques. For example, GMO, genetically modified organism, biofortification, biopesticide, biofertilizer, etc. अब आते हैं मेडिसिन. तो ग्रीन एग्रीकल्चर में ग्रीन बायोटेक्नोलॉजी है. मेडिसिन रेड बायोटेक्नोलॉजी. बायोटेक्नोलॉजी प्ले ए क्रूशियल रोल इन हेल्थ केयर, फोकसिंग ऑन डेवलपमेंट ऑफ ड्रग, वैक्सीन एंड डायग्नोस्टिक टूल्स. Key area include pharmaceutical development such as insulin for diabetes treatment, gene therapy, vaccine help in diagnostic measure ECG. Industrial biotechnology, इसको कहते हैं वाइट बायोटेक्नोलॉजी. इंडस्ट्रियल बायोटेक्नोलॉजी फोकसिंग ऑन यूजिंग biological processes for manufacturing product in a sustainable manner such as bioprocessing, enzyme protection and waste treatment. अब आते हैं इन्वायरमेंटल बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, ग्रे बायोटेक कहते हैं. दिस फील्ड एड्रेस इन्वायरमेंटल चैलेंज थ्रू बायोलॉजिकल सोल्यूशन लाइक बायो रेमेडिएशन, फाइटो रेमेडिएशन, सस्टेनेबल प्रैक्टिसेस टू मिनिमाइज वेस्ट एंड रिड्यूस इकोलॉजिकल फुटप्रिंट. अब आते हैं फूड बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, इसको कहते हैं येलो बायोटेक्नोलॉजी. फूड बायोटेक्नोलॉजी फोकस ऑन इम्प्रूविंग फूड प्रोडक्शन एंड सेफ्टी थ्रू fermentation technology, edible fermentation technology, edible vaccine and nutraceuticals, etc. The above mentioned points show its importance in various fields, which will definitely help in promoting the sustainable development of the society. Having said this, this technology is still developing and some limitations associated with it that are mentioned below. Issue associated with its application. सबसे पहला है ethical concern. Genetics modification in human, animals and crop ignite discussion on ethical limitation, raising concern about morality and consequences. Environmental impact. Genetically modified organism GMOs could potentially harm ecosystem and decrease biodiversity by altering natural habitat and affecting species interaction within environment. Health risk. There is a uncertainty regarding the long-term impact of genetically modified food and gene therapy on health and environment. Intellectual property. Patenting biotech products can limit access and increased cost. Increased cost, making them less affordable for people who need these innovations. ठीक है. Regulatory issue. India's regulation system is complex with bureaucratic bottlenecks. Balancing innovation with safety and public acceptance is complex. Government has taken many measures to deal with this technology as follow. सबसे पहला National Biotechnology Development Strategy. It emphasizes the generation of biotech products across various sectors जैसे healthcare, agriculture. National Biotechnology Development Strategy. ठीक है. Agriculture and clean energy. Establishment of biopark and incubators. National Biotech Development Strategy. एक बायोटेक्नोलॉजी पॉलिसी भी होगी. ठीक है. Biotech Park and Incubator. The establishment of biotech park and incubator across the country to facilitate technology transfer and commercialization. Vigyan Dhara Initiative. This initiative aims to enhance research capabilities in biotechnology. Through institutional capacity building, research and development funding, promoting innovation is the key area like biotech, biochemicals and biofuels, public-private partnership. The encouragement of collaboration between public institutions and private enterprise to foster innovation and accelerate commercialization of biotechnology products. Biotechnology Industrial Research Assistant Council, Biotech इंडस्ट्रियल रिसर्च बार्क बोलते बार्क में भी रहा है बायोटेक्नोलॉजी इंडस्ट्री रिसर्च असिस्टेंट काउंसिल play a crucial role in facilitating startup and enhancing industrial academia collaboration. Focus on human capital development. The initiative like the Life Sciences and Biotechnology Education Council aim to build a skilled workforce capable of meeting the demand of biotechnology sectors. Financial support. The government has provided budgetary support to this evolving technology. Conclusion. The application of biotechnology are diverse and impactful across various sectors. Its importance in enhancing healthcare through innovative treatment to improve agriculture productivity, sustainability, biotechnology continues to address pressing global challenges while promoting economic growth and environmental stewardship. Discuss the corrective strategy needed to win left-wing extremism doctrine that affect citizen back into mainstream of social and economic growth. अच्छा, left wing extremism is a political ideology that seeks radical social, political, and economic change by abolishing capitalism and establishing socialism or communism. Left-wing extremism group often resort to violence such as bombing, assassination, armed uprising to pursue their objective. As per MHA, there is a decreasing trend in casualty deaths reduced by 90% from 1005 in 2010 to 98 in 2002. Left-wing extremism is caused by several factors including poverty, lack of development in tribal area, social exclusion, lack of access to basic necessities like healthcare education, land right dispute, displacement, forced eviction due to developmental work leading to exploitation of tribals and weak governance and lack of infrastructure. Naxalites position themselves as a protector against such exploitation and alternatives of गवर्नमेंट स्टेट रूट कॉज देखो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट है जेंडर गैप है जल जंगल ज़मीन लैक ऑफ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ब्यूरोक्रेटिक एपैथी है लैक ऑफ एजुकेशन है करप्शन है वायलेशन ऑफ ह्यूमन राइट पॉवर्टी है पुअर हेल्थ फैसिलिटी है एंड सोशल एक्सक्लूजन है क्रिएटिव स्ट्रेटजी नीडेड टू विन लेफ्ट विंग एक्सट्रीमिज्म डॉक्ट्रिन अफेक्ट सिटीजन बैक इनटू द मेन स्ट्रीम एरिया एज वेल देखो सोशल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मेजर्स सबसे पहले एजुकेशन इंश्योरिंग प्रॉपर एजुकेशन ऑफ पीपल लिविंग इन द एरियाज अफेक्टेड बाई लेफ्ट विंग एक्सट्रीमिज्म कैन डिटर Naxal from manipulating the tribals. The government has employed several such schemes such as 130 Eklavya model residential school have been made functional in left wing affected district. केंद्रीय विद्यालय sanctioned by Ministry of Education. Healthcare. Ensuring proper healthcare facility can aid in uplifting the living standards of people in left-wing extremism affected areas. The government of India has launched Ayushman Bharat Yojana, which cover health insurance up to 5 lakh, and large number of government hospital is being built. Bridging trust deficit, employing more locals in administration and involving civil society to raise awareness among tribals can bridge the trust deficit between government and tribals. For instance, in 2021 Peace March saw tribals from Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Telangana advocating from freedom from violence, rehabilitation and reintegration, ensuring rehabilitation and reintegration support to former extremists who have renounced violence by providing them education, training, employment, as well as psychological support can encourage other Naxals as well to give up the arm and rejoin the mainstreams. Economic measures, skill development, ensuring proper skill management of young population in affected left wing extremism affected area can provide employment and instill a way of living a dignified life. For example, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship is the implementing scheme related to skill development in 48 districts affected by left-wing extremism to create infrastructure and provide employment linked skill training to the youth in left-wing extremism affected areas. Financial inclusion for financial inclusion of local population, 955 bank branches as per PIB has been opened in these areas, which will facilitate proper benefit transfer of government schemes and inculcate banking habits in the area. Increase in number of people with banking habit can integrate the people affected with left-wing extremism into mainstream society. Security measures. SRE scheme, security relative expenditure scheme, support states financially in their fight against लेफ्ट विंग इन देयर फाइट इन देखो जो है तुम्हारी सिक्योरिटी रिलेटेड एक्सपेंडिचर स्कीम सपोर्ट स्टेट फाइनेंशियली इन देयर फाइट अगेंस्ट लेफ्ट विंग एक्सट्रीमिज्म देयर बाय रीइंफोर्सिंग देयर सिक्योरिटी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मॉडर्नाइजेशन ऑफ स्टेट पुलिस फोर्स. The government has made strengthening the state police force with modern weaponry, communication system and training to effectively combat left-wing extremism. Political approach. सबसे पहला है enhancing local governance by empowering पंचायती राज institution and ensuring their proper functioning. Government intend to increase local participation in governance, thus addressing political grievances often fueled by left wing extremism. Conclusion. देखो, Government of India must inculcate all the policies in an effective manner which will surely help in dealing with the situation. For this operation Samadhan Prahar strategy is launched to eliminate left wing एक्सट्रीमिज़म इन आवर कंट्री इन ए मोर एफिशिएंट वे. एलेबरेट करना है हमें नेशनल डिफेंस काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया. नेशनल डिफेंस काउंसिल इज ऑफ इंडिया इज़ एन इम्पॉर्टेंट एडवाइजरी बॉडी that play a crucial role in formulating and coordination of national defense policies. It is a national defense policies. It is established to enhance the effectiveness of India's defense strategy. Enhance the effectiveness of India's defense strategy. The National Defense Council operates under the Ministry of Defense and is involved in various aspects of national security and military affairs. ठीक है. Structure and composition of National Defense Council of India. Prime Minister. The Prime Minister serves as the chairman of the council. Defense Minister. He is responsible for defense policy and administration. Minister of Home Affairs, External Affairs and Finance. These ministers provide input on internal security, foreign relation and budgetary allocation related to defense. Chief Armed Forces. Chief of Armed Forces. देखो, मिनिस्टर ऑफ होम, एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स एंड फाइनेंस. ठीक है. चीफ आर्म फोर्सेस. द आर्मी, नेवी एंड एयर फोर्स चीफ कंट्रीब्यूट मिलिट्री इंसाइट्स एंड ऑपरेशनल पर्सपेक्टिव्स. नेशनल सिक्योरिटी एडवाइज़र. तो वो नेशनल डिफेंस काउंसिल की मीटिंग थी वो. इट एडवाइज ऑन सिक्योरिटी स्ट्रेटजी एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन बिटवीन डिफरेंट ब्रांचेस ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. ठीक है. फंक्शंस देखो, पॉलिसी फॉर्मुलेशन, स्ट्रेटजिक प्लानिंग, रिसोर्स एलोकेशन, क्राइसिस मैनेजमेंट, कोऑर्डिनेशन अमंग मिनिस्ट्रीज. द NDC promote an integrated approach to national security by bringing together various stakeholders from different ministries and military branches. It also enhances the quality and speed of decision making in defense matter. Thus, it can be said that it helps the government adapts its defense strategy in response to evolving geopolitical landscape and emerging threats such as terrorism, cyber warfare and regional conflict. ठीक है.